Okay, let's read the first page of Fruit for All. One day in 2010, a high school student named Zach Selby found out about a way to help people who need food. Oh, I think I'm right. I think Miss Duncan's right. The organization, program, organization, same thing. He learned about take extra fruit from fruit trees and give it to local food banks. And if you look down at the bottom, guys, it tells you a food bank is a place that collects food and gives it to people who need it. Zach decided he could start his own group in his California neighborhood. He called the group Fruit for All. Guys, this little note here exactly tells me what is going on here. So I'm just going to put a little arrow that's my note. To make Fruit for All successful, Zach needed eager volunteers and trees loaded with fruit. Zach asked community members to call or contact him online and let him know whether they had trees with extra fruit. Initially, it was, it's underlined. Initially, it was difficult to find people who were willing to contribute or give the fruit on their trees. But as news of Zach's idea spread, people contacted him. Soon, Fruit for All was really growing. Ha ha ha. Guys, I heard a problem in there. I know sometimes in non-fiction text, if they tell you a problem, that they're probably going to ask you a question about it. So I'm just going to make a note that there's a problem. So we need volunteers for their time and their extra fruit. Paragraph 3. With the help of his brother Jackson and other volunteers, Zach has gathered and donated more than 70,000 pounds of fruit to local food banks. The group usually works on the weekends, and the volunteers travel as far as 20 miles from Zach's house. The volunteers usually gather about 500 pounds of fruit each weekend. But one weekend, they collected over 2,000 pounds of fruit. That is amazing. So this is about the people who help. Fruit for All also has a website that explains the group's goal. I remember them talking about a goal in the other article. Remember, you're always thinking about similarities and differences between the two articles in the dual passage because you know you're going to have a handful of questions at the end asking you about similarities and differences. So you don't have to note them, but you can note them. You at least want to be thinking about them in your head, which is to inspire people to help. Visitors to the website learn 3 ways they can get involved. They can allow volunteers to pick fruit from their trees, they can volunteer to pick fruit, and they can start a Fruit for All website in their area. People who are interested can also use the website to ask Zach questions for help and post comments. So this is about the website. Get that, babes. Pause it if you need to. And I want to note that this talked about 3 ways to help. With help from groups like Fruit for All, more people are able to enjoy delicious fruit every day. Okay, just a nice little wrap it up sentence. We don't need to note anything about it, kiddos. So go ahead and get these notes down and then we'll go on to the questions.